It was to be recorded.
Right now. Oh, yeah, totally.
Bill is going to be here shortly. If he thinks about a minute late, so we can say. So we can start, because his report will not be, if he has one. We'll see if he's actually 1 minute.
Yeah.
You have to do this. No. Ordinance is here, right? Because we. I have one vacant.
That's the last one.
Yeah. I got the one that
For the design. What do you need to think?
Oh, that's probably that.
Oh, yeah, or that one.
I'll show you.
Yeah, the one thing that's just, I asked, I shocked you, it's like, I don't understand this, what's it mean? Now we're gonna be just like.
Oh, yeah. I actually have it on.
I figured.
Yeah.
Fine.
I just want to look that out.
Okay. You guys good if we start? Okay.
Yeah, I was just wondering who's doing the resolution for the design. Jackson, third architect.
Mr. Fisher.
Last one?
Yeah, so that's the last.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, finish. I thought you were. No, that's we talked about it. It was, just an extra document.
Okay.
A motion, you mean? That's you. Motion?
Yeah, roads and safety is the action. Yeah. You're good with it?
Yeah. I thought you were talking about.
All right, it is 7:00, just turned 7:00. I'm going to call the September 10th regular council meeting to order. Would you please stand for the pledge of allegiance? Pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Sherry, would you please call the roll?
Ross, here. Mr. Yankee?
Here.
Mr. Richmond?
Here.
Mr. Vincent?
Here.
Okay, next up is reading and disposal of the journal. Does anyone have any edits or additions or deletions?
One very small one there,
Mr. Richmond?
a four, second paragraph, 1, 2, 3, fourth line down. Should it be we are a RE?
You got that, Sherry?
Yep, you got it.
Thank you, Mr. Richmond. Do I have a motion to approve as amended?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve as amended. Sherry, call the roll,
Okay.
please.
Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Arbuthnot? Mr. Yankee?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Next up is action upon any matter in which any resident or other person in the audience may wish to present to council. And it says here, actually, please limit your comments to 2 minutes. We're a little generous if it goes slightly more than 2 minutes. Would anybody like to speak this evening? Mr. Genie?
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Village Council, for allowing me a moment to speak. I am John Brad Dean. You can call me Brad. My friends call me Brad. And I am representing Representative Chantel Brown tonight. I work on our constituent service team, and I'm really here to say we're here and we're here to help. We can help with a number of different issues for yourselves or your constituents, whether it's Veterans Affairs, Social Security, the IRS, the Railroad Retirement Board, Medicare. If it's a federal government agency, we are happy to reach out to them. We're happy to try to work on behalf of your constituents to solve whatever individual problem you might have. Certainly within reason and within the law. That said, we can also assist the village. If you have questions in regards to funding opportunities or grants, if you're looking for letters of support for any projects that you might be working on, we'd certainly be happy to review those requests and definitely would stand behind any project that you deem worthy. Most likely we will deem worthy as well. But really, I just wanted to extend our friendship and our offer of service. We really want to be good partners to the village and to the entire. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that. I will say that the money that we received, we haven't yet received, that we intend to receive through federal grants is for our solar project, which we did here. A little over a year ago, we installed solar panels on our service garage. And I believe we're due to receive about $30,000 back. And we're in the process, we've already applied for it. I would love to have the opportunity to continue to get those grants. I don't know whether they'll be available in the future, but we will evaluate at some point expanding what we have here. If it's economically viable, we'll likely expand it. Having grants makes a big difference. So I will say that, at least it's off the top of my head. So thank you.
We'll gladly stand behind you. And if you're having difficulties with delays now, we're happy to shake that tree.
Thank you very much. Would anybody else like to speak in the audience? Okay, then I will move on to reports and communications from the mayor and other municipal officials. I will start. I'll try to be efficient with my remarks this evening. Just a few things to mention. First, I've been working on personnel hiring with both the chief as well as Mr. Shaw. I'm not going to give detailed report because they may talk about that in their reports, but we are looking to hire some people in the village. Number two, the road program is underway. I would imagine Mr. Flarsky will have more details, but remember our road program this year started a little later than normal. Usually it starts a month or so earlier, but I don't think there's any concern about, we're actually having good weather right now. So I hope that we will move along well with that program because quite a few streets are being touched this year. Also, just wanted to thank Mr. DeWater for the progress on the campus maintenance here. We've had a lot of projects ongoing on this campus and it's really making a difference. I understand I wasn't here to see them, but the Tuck Point crew is here today for this building. This is a very historic building and we need to maintain it. And so there's some re-tuck pointing that's required here and that's ongoing right now. I last week talked about the fiber project. I did send a follow-up email to council. I've had one more communications with our consultant, and he said that the due date is tomorrow, and that typically people wait till the last minute to submit their proposals. So either the end of this week or next week, I should hear something, and I will keep you informed as to what happens there. Mr. Dwyer, did we mention the truck was a complete loss? I think, does council know that? Does council? So the truck was
they were gonna meet.
yes. He can give you the more details, but it was deemed a complete loss, which in some ways is good because we were able to move forward versus waiting for repairs months and doing rentals. It stinks because it's expensive, but at least for the operations, and we will be getting insurance.
Garage fire.
Yes. We had fire in our recycling truck. A couple other things to mention. I got an email from Mayor Tomko in Chagrin Falls, sent me an article about the cost of fire trucks. And if you recall at the committee of the whole last week, the discussions we had about cost increases, the article said that pumper trucks, which the folks did mention, are about $1 million now. And a ladder truck is up to $2 million, which is crazy. They were much, much less about a decade ago. And they just continued to, they've over doubled in that period. And so I just thought it was some outside verification that other mayors are looking at these things as well, and they're facing similar pressures on these costs. And then lastly, just community events. Wolfstock was on Sunday. And I understand from the chief that the rain kept people away initially, but then it got pretty busy. So it sounds like it was a successful event at the polo fields. And this Saturday is the We Are Moreland Hills event. And that's 11 to 3. That's our DEIB commission's event, but they've invited other commissions as well as obviously everybody to it. And I would suggest to everyone on council and others, if you haven't gone onto our website lately and seen what that commission has done on their sub website of our overall site, it's really nice. Whoever's working on the commission is doing a very nice job. It's well designed, and it gives them the flexibility to communicate to our residents. So that's what I have, unless you have any questions for me. Okay, I will move on and start with Mr. Dwyer, Service Department report.
So touch a little base on the recycle cart truck. The adjusters got back to us last Friday. They sent Marcia and I and the mayor an email. They did deem it a total loss. Using used parts, it was gonna be over $304,000 to repair. If they use new parts from best equipment, gave a quote of $358 without labor. So the truck, they gave us a appraisal or settlement offer of a little over $243,000. And Prashant and I did talk, we feel it's a little low. We're doing a little information gathering locally, but they had the mileage wrong on the truck. They had the mileage listed as 279,000 miles. The truck only had 34,000 miles. So they're reevaluating their settlement offer, and once they email that to us, I'll talk to Prashant and the mayor before we agree to settle that. But now that we know it's a total loss, there is legislation to purchase a new one tonight. And hopefully we move forward with it. The dealer is holding that truck right now. We always put an auto greasing system on. They already contracted to do that. But that decision will be totally up to you guys tonight, whether you approve that or not. And if you have any further questions on it or now, answer them.
Is it the same model?
So our truck that caught fire was a drop frame. That truck, if I was to buy that truck right now, would take over 20 months to get. We're gonna purchase a straight frame. It does not hamper our ability to collect recycling. We actually have been alternating between the trucks, switching them up. So like for 1 month, we'll use the drop frame for recycling, the straight frame for rubbish, and the next month we were alternating. It's kind of hard to understand. Recycling is a dry material, so it's real abrasive, and it grinds the metal on the truck and destroys the slides and stuff like that. Rubbish is a very fluid liquid, so it acts as a lubricant. So we alternate the truck so that everything you could pull some of that brittle material out of the trucks and actually lubricate the slides. So it won't affect our ability to perform the task. All right.
Any questions for Mr. Dwyer?
Just in the unlikely event the insurance claim proceeds would come after our need to outlay, I presume we have enough reserves to.
Prashant would have to answer that one. All right.
The answer is yes.
Great, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dwyer. Next up, Chief Dietzel, do you have a report this evening?
Yeah, two quick things. Most importantly, the mayor met this week with one of our prospective candidates for a new hire for police officer, Brent Hathaway. He was given a conditional offer after that meeting. He will be pushing on to the CVSA, which is this computer voice stress analyzing test, the psychological and the physical components. Secondly, Prashant and I have talked, and today we should hopefully, at the end of this meeting tomorrow, we'll be ordering the new computers for the police department that we need. That shouldn't exceed about $12,500 for the units.
Okay, any questions for the chief? Okay, since Mr. Kowalczyk, you're in the room tonight, could you go next as our building?
Sure.
Please.
Got a lot of new house construction that's going on right now over at Easton. That new house is completely framed. Chagrin Boulevard down by Riverstone, you can't really see the house. It sits far back in the woods, but you can see the sign that says construction drive out front. Over on Old Farm Road at the end of the cul-de-sac, that house is starting to take shape. And then on South Woodland and Mill Hollow, those sites have just been cleared and they're starting with all the underground utilities to start those houses as well. And we keep moving forward. Every about 2 weeks, I get a new application for Moreland Commons, so we keep building those going strong.
Do you know how many of the single family are built or how many are left?
I want to say single family, we probably have about 15 left.
Oh, okay.
They've just about filled everything up in the cul-de-sacs, and now they're kind of working towards it.
All right, any other questions for Mr. Kowalski? Okay, let's see, Mr. Pilarski, our engineer, do you have an engineer's report this evening?
Thank you, Mayor. I do. Just to add on to what you said about the road program, contractor came in, milled a couple streets, then he's kind of disappeared. So we've been calling him, trying to push him to get back out. So there is a little bit of delay here in the start, but I just want to let you know that.
Okay, thank you. I did not know that. I knew he was milling. Okay, anything else you have this evening?
No, that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Pilarski? Okay, let's see here. Mr. Shaw, do you have a finance report, please?
Thank you, Mayor. Actually, I do not have a report tonight. We have started working with the departments on the 2026 budget. And then account for some unforeseen circumstances like the truck, for example. So we are starting to look at our reserves. Revenue seems to be holding up with income tax. So, that's a good thing there. Interest rates, as you all have heard, may head downwards shortly. So that'll impact our revenues from interest that we currently have invested in Star Ohio, which is a money market fund by the state of Ohio, and certain federal home loan banks and farm credit banks. So we've done pretty well with interest revenues over the last 2 years. We'll see what the future holds. As the mayor mentioned, we are looking for a replacement for Marcia, which is getting harder and harder. We did hire somebody, and within 1 week, the person resigned. I think we scared her away with the amount of work that happens in the department. So she wasn't sure if she could get it done in 40 hours a week. But and that's just a testament to what does happen in the department. Marcia's been a great employee for the village, puts in all kinds of hours, and so we are back in the market again. We have a couple more interviews lined up, and hopefully we find the right candidate in the next couple of weeks. So, and that's my report, Mayor.
All right, thank you, Sean. We need to set a date for the budget review for council. And if you recall, last year we had a special meeting for that. If we don't have to have a special meeting, that's great. But if we do, I think we should get it scheduled as soon as possible. So could you and I talk about that? And Sherry, I guess, to help us?
Yep.
Okay.
Will
All
do.
right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Any other questions for our finance director? No, okay. Let's see, Mr. Hannah, do you have a law report this evening?
No report, Mayor, other than, after the meeting, if I could get a few minutes with you and Sherry to touch base on the, Purdue Sackler settlement forms and, getting that
Okay.
executed.
Okay, there was some trouble
In
with
a circle with hockey signs.
No, there was some trouble with that, so we think we can straighten it out tonight. I'm happy to do so.
Thank
you. Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to talk to Mr. Hannah about House Bill 96?
Oh, no, I've not.
Okay.
I apologize for that.
Okay.
We should do that. Maybe do you want to do it in the meeting during miscellaneous or you want?
We can, yeah, I have it for there, but I just realized it might be a question for now, so either way.
If you would like to ask them, I'm fine with that too.
Are you familiar with House Bill 96?
Not particularly, no.
Okay. It's a bill that came out, requiring all local villages, city government,
Oh,
school districts to pass a resolution of what kind of cybersecurity plan that they're putting in place.
Yeah.
Does that come from them?
Yes.
Yeah, and they're around ransomware. If you're gonna pay it, you have to do a resolution. And then there's reporting requirements that if you do have an incident, that you have to report to one agency within 7 days and the state auditor within 30. So it's pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of we have to pass
Get it
it.
into place, yeah.
Yeah, we just have to pass that resolution and probably work with Chagrin Valley Dispatch to determine what they
What the
would.
policy should look like and how they would be involved.
Yep.
That's, yeah, I'm happy to brush up on that and follow up with you.
Okay, it's due by September 30th, so we might have to have a quick, virtual meeting or something.
Okay.
Just to pass it.
Thank you, Mr. Acas. I apologize. I did not talk with him yet about that.
That's okay.
I know that you.
I just luckily remembered it yesterday, but because I'm working on it for the district.
For a moment, I thought you were, there's a House Bill, 331 that in 5 years will start to move toward a potential dissolution of villages if they don't provide certain services and, take care of reporting, to the state. And I've been wanting to sort of pull some information together on that for the village. I don't think that it's an issue here, but I think it is something that we want to be aware of and on top of.
Okay.
I think it's essentially a General Assembly attempt to require more consolidation, services and potential jurisdictions.
Which we do a lot of already.
Yeah, we do a lot of Aaron. All right, thank you, Mr. Hannah. So that concludes reports and communications. We have no appointments or confirmations tonight or communications, petitions, and or claims. That next would be reports of committees. Will be next up, and the first one is the BZA planning report. The meeting was held on September 2nd. Mr. Richmond, do you have a report?
Thank you, Mayor. So the Board of Zoning Appeals met, as you know, they both meet, the same folks sit on both commissions. They met and we had just a few items, a short 2.5-hour meeting, planning, quote unquote. We first approved some conclusions of fact from a prior meeting at August 4th regarding variance at 185 Burwood. We also approved a variance at 33435 Jackson, was a variance of 470 square foot from what otherwise required. We otherwise required just 1,000 feet for accessory buildings, and the commission approved it 4-2. While it was large, it just kind of looking at it in one sense. In another sense, when the folks that did vote to approve it looked at it in comparison to the structure, which was almost 5,000 square foot, it was relatively not as large as a variance. Those that voted for also looked at the fact that there was no opposition from any neighbor, and it was all very well screened. And in fact, the applicant agreed to equalize the number of trees that were coming out with the new trees that they would plant to even add additional screening. We also had a driveway and side setback at the 4800 Chagrin River Road, which the commission passed, and a 1-foot eave height variance at 12 Cotswold Lane that we approved. And at the planning commission, we approved, first of all, the design for that garage at 33435 Jackson. There were a number of design changes that our reviewing architect suggested, as well as some members on our commission, and those were made conditions to that design. And we also approved additions at 4800 Chagrin River Road and 12 Cotswold Lane. And finally, we approved a hillside zoning certificate and a new dwelling at 35 Hopewell Trail. Our engineer did review the hillside zoning request and found there was not going to be any appreciable issue regarding effects to our hillsides or environment. Oh, and actually, finally, also, we did have a preliminary discussion. Mr. Kowalczyk did a very nice job summarizing the background of the ordinance, the swimming pool ordinance that will come up as a public hearing in front of planning at our next meeting, October 6th.
Thank you, Mr. Richmond.
Thank you.
Next up is facilities. There was a meeting on September 2nd. Mr. Vincent, are you reporting this evening?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I am. Just very briefly, the minutes will stand as they are, but I did want to highlight something because it will be a preview of the ordinance that we talk about later, which is the flow monitoring, the second phase of the flow monitoring that Mr. Filarski and his team performed using a sub-consultant named Hazen and Sawyer. It was successful in screening and sort of zeroing in on the areas that we will enter into the next phase, which will be to go and do field testing of the sanitary sewers where the flow metering showed us that we have the most I&I, the most infiltration and inflow in the sewers. So, and we have grant money for that second phase, which we can talk about later for the ordinance. So, so that's good news, and the plan is executing as planned. Otherwise, nothing else to report. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Vincent. I can tell your strong interest in these projects and very good expertise. So thank you very much. Next up is roads and safety. We have a meeting we had a meeting on September 2nd as well. And Mrs. Irish Glass, will you report this evening, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I will let the minutes stand as well. They're very detailed, and just highlight one or two areas. One thing that we talked extensively about is the West Juniper drainage study. I don't know if Mr. Filarski wants to provide some details on that. You might have a little more insight than I do from my notes, but I do know that a study was done and that we need to address it in one way or the other. A couple options were presented, and I think we're going to move ahead with the repair part of that project with a motion coming up after the explanation, if Mr. Filarski wants to jump right in there.
Mr. Filarski?
Yes, thank you. Here I am. Not used to popping in a committee report. Anyway, the West Juniper drainage study was done because we have a house at 10 West Juniper, which has had several instances of basement flooding during heavy rain. And we suggested that, in order to address this problem permanently, we need to study it, figure out if the sewers are large enough, where the bottlenecks are, and what the opportunities are to fix the problem. So we did the study. We analyzed drainage area for various rainfall events from a 5-year to a 100-year storm. And our recommendation is to put in a relief sewer, which would run just south of the intersection of West Juniper and Som, across Som Center Road, and go to through 2 backyards to go to the outlet point of it's a branch of Wiley Creek back there. So this would require 2 easements, possibly a small third easement, depending on where the property line falls at the end. Right now, our project costs, we estimated at $470,000 to do this. It would be a 42-inch sewer, and it would basically protect that home for up to the 100-year storm. So, and I gave you a lot of information there. Welcome to answer any questions, or if anyone has any questions pops in their mind after, I'd be happy to answer them either on the phone or email.
Any questions for Mr. Filarski on that? I know I had mentioned it, I think briefly last week. I didn't have the details he has, but
Is the project gonna help? Sort of cold weather here. Is it helping other houses, or is it just one house that's being affected?
It will, it'll actually affect, it'll actually affect other homes because what we're going to be doing is we'll be peeling flow away from the existing sewer before it heads down Juniper, heads east. So we'll lower that with the hydraulic grade line or the water level in that sewer. So by doing this, it adds capacity to the other sewers that are already in the ground.
And he had mentioned, when we had the discussion in roads and safety, that some trees may have to come down, but would be replaced. In some of those yards, so. Do you want
Jeff,
me-
can I ask a quick one? I'm of course very interested in this, but I will refrain from going a little nuts on this. But can you maybe just send a plan? Do you guys have a preliminary plan of where the alignment of this new sewer is going to go? I'm having trouble picturing. You said across some 42-inch pipe, and I'm thinking that's a big pipe. So I'm just curious. Maybe you can just put a PDF together and send it out and to Sherry so we can take a look or something.
Yeah, I can pull the exhibit from the report, get it to Sherry.
Great.
Not a problem.
Thank you. Thanks.
Sure.
Do you want me to make the motion now or wait?
Sure.
Okay, so along those lines, the design specifications need to be made to get this project started. So we need to make a motion to allow the village engineer to design and develop specifications for the West Juniper Storm Sewer Relief Improvement Project and begin discussions and documents needed for the project.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second by Mr. Yankee. Would you call the roll on that?
Mr. Bush?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish Glass? Yes. Mr. Yankee?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And Mayor, I just want to mention one other thing that Mr. DeWater brought up at the roads and safety meeting, is that they had completed a recycling part audit findings, which I thought was very interesting. And the good news was that they only found 4 carts that were contaminated. And one, though, however, had batteries. So discussion ensued, and I had asked the question, have we ever thought about, if when we continue these audits, do we tag we are currently tagging the bins for saying we're not taking them and here's why. But if they do contain something like batteries, which we have made people aware not to do, should we discuss potential fines, considering what we have to pay for this truck, just as a deterrent to get people to understand, how serious this is. Could be a discussion we have at a later date, but I just wanted to bring it up in council.
Yes, I think that's something we should talk about, given the loss that we had there and potential dangerous to our employees as well. And to residents, honestly. I think I don't think we can run and do it without some discussion and some planning and Mr. Hannah's help, I would think, but I think we should consider it. I would also like to see us think about more ways to educate our residents as to the seriousness of it. For those subset of residents that read my newsletter, they probably heard about it. I had several residents come and ask me and say, hey, I didn't know about that. Wow. We do have I don't know, Sherry, if we could use grant money from NOPAC to communicate, or maybe it can only be a community event. I think we have.
That one's.
Don't we have a communications one too, or
It's
recycling?
the energy.
Energy? Okay.
Energy grant.
I'm wondering whether we could look, would any grants apply to maybe doing a special flyer, or I don't know, other ways. I know we can use social media like we have, but again, not everyone even goes on social media.
Or even like larger stickers of those really hazardous common things to put on recycled bin to say,
Yeah.
Right.
Visual right there.
That's what I mentioned last meeting. I think, years ago, I think they're still on my can, it had embossed on the cover, no hot ashes, which I guess you used to be years ago, maybe more folks with fireplaces putting in hot ashes. Well, this obviously is as bad, or if not worse problem. And I think a sticker on all of the cans right on the top there would definitely help. Remind people every time they put stuff in there. Right, it also goes, farther downstream, because if we take a load, to the recycling plant, they audit them, they'd say, well, no, take it to the dump, so obviously, the worst case scenario are, we've seen we've seen what happens with the battery and truck burning. Also the added consequence that could reject, everyone can do everything right and one person does it and everything just goes back into the trash.
Mr. DeWater, maybe you could come up with some alternatives or suggestions and we could discuss it at Roads and Safety next month and then decide how to move forward.
Yeah, we could do that. I know, the county, I think, if we go on there, they have sample stickers, right, for waste management, I think, on their drop down menu for what we can take or what they take. I think I did tell somebody, I was actually at my daughter's house in Talmadge. All impulse cards have a big sticker on them that say no batteries, or absolutely no batteries. So, we could start with just putting that on our trash cans and recycling.
Yeah, I understand, and I can't remember if it came from you, Ted, or maybe from Sherry, but some of these batteries that were found in the audit say these are recyclable batteries.
Yeah, they said.
So, I mean, what is this, right? It's not, well, it might be, but it's certainly not recyclable in our process. It needs to be taken to a special facility.
Yeah, you
And
can just take it directly to Lowe's or Home Depot or like basically anywhere you've bought the batteries, we'll take them back. So because I looked into that. So yeah, I agree with education and I like the sticker idea. I think, we need and I honestly, I do like also the fines idea. I think, or at least maybe we give a 3, if we find it twice, the third time you're getting fined or something like that. Because that's the way people will listen.
Yeah.
The ones who are doing this, like that's how you target the ones who are doing this. I don't think other people are gonna ever encounter that, sort of warning because most people are doing the right thing. But the ones who are not paying attention or not doing the right thing need a little bit more of a wake up, I think.
I agree, Rick.
And one other point, and that's the assumption that we continue doing this.
The mayor and I have discussed it, and I actually discussed it at Greens Commission. We're probably, I don't want to give an actual schedule because we want to keep people off guard when we're doing this. So we'll pick maybe 3 or 4 streets in a month and we'll hit those streets. And then the next month we'll take 3 or 4 different streets. If they know it's coming, they're going to behave. Of course. We know that there's residents occasionally use their recycle cart for their rubbish. We know that, we've seen it. We try to monitor it. If that's a problem, like you're talking fines, if they're not going to use it for recycling, I'd rather them call me and say, come and get that cart, take it back here. I'd rather store it here. Maybe even give them a used rubbish cart in that case. But the big target is the right products and not using it for rubbish. So, and that's what we have to do. All right.
Well, thank you.
Here.
Yes.
If I could just real quick, with respect to Councilmember Irish Glass's question about HB 96, I looked up because that time horizon was alarming to me. It sounded a little different than I generally remembered it. The bill takes effect on September 30th. It was signed by the governor on June 30th. So the cyber incident reporting requirement and the legislative approval for any ransomware payment requirements take effect immediately on September 30th. But the requirement to develop and approve a cybersecurity program for a village is July 1st of next year. For cities and counties, it's January 1st.
Okay, January 1st. I know that we have to specify which framework that we're using, whether it's NIST or CIS, by the 30th, but not have that actual program in place till July 1.
Okay.
January 1 for cities.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yep, we'll get more out of it.
On that. That'd be great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up is Parks Commission. We met on August 18th. Mr. Yonke?
Thank you. Like anyone else, I'll let the minutes stand for themselves. Do want to point out some dates, October 4th, head for the hills. We're doing the Fall Fest again, October 25th. That's gonna be, I wanna say it's from 12 to 2, maybe. It's the same day as Trunk or Treat, which I know we'll be doing again this year. I'm talking to Chief and
All right.
we'll do that again this year. But we're doing it well before, so there's time and kids can get double sugared up. We have a hayride, which is always the hit. So, and that if people are still there after 2:00, hopefully the service department will give them a few more rides. One other thing, I had the honor of swearing in Oriana Arnold to the Parks Commission. The mayor was not able to attend, and neither was the council president. So something really cool being a founding member of the Parks Commission. It was fun to do that, and I know she's going to just be a great contributor. So we like having the younger social media savvy people to help us navigate that stuff. So just it was a great experience for everyone.
Okay, Mr. Yonke, thank you. Okay, next up is DEIB Commission report from August 19th meeting. Does Mrs. Irish Glass or Mr. Richmond have a report?
I do, Mayor. August 19th, DEIB met. Just self-explanatory. I'll give a couple of quick highlights. First of all, and it's Mr. Hackenstill, by the way, that's done the website during the lion's share of the website at DEIB. And regarding the updates under projects, the plan regarding the cookbook is to use the webpage to feature the recipes as they come in, and then goal is still to produce a book once a number of them come in. And I understand the featured recipe of the month is Mayor Spencer's cucumber salad, which is Art Fest was a very big hit. It was very well attended. They're looking to do this in the future with the Orange Art Center. I understand folks as young as 7 months old and folks as old as 80 plus participated. For 3 months, that multi-community mural will be showcased in Orange, and then it'll be kind of separated, or it'll be separated, and each community will get a chance to look at theirs. 2 book club events coming up. September 18th, 6:30 to 7:30, Anatomy of Innocence at the library, Orange Library at 6:30. And then October 9th, 6:30, 7:30, book called Accidental Anchorwoman by Melba Tolliver. And actually Miss Tolliver is going to be in attendance leading the conversation. And that pretty much everything else was covered in the report. So that would be my report for the EIB.
Thank you, Mr. Richmond. Do you also have a brief report for the Green Commission September 3rd meeting?
I do, thank you, Mayor.
I know we're putting a lot of burden on you over there.
That's not a problem. Yeah. Obliged. The minutes just came in today. Or basically, again, without repeating all the other good stuff that we talked about, there's a couple of projects that are ongoing here and a couple of dates. One is a flyer the commission putting together in order to encourage folks that are renting the pavilion and other places we have for rent to have a low or no waste, and we're working on that. October 25th, fairly busy day, but I believe 5:30 is the time period. The Orange Auditorium will be presenting a documentary called Ripples of Plastic Screening, and basically regarding the dangers of plastics in containers and water bottles, etc. It'll be at the high school auditorium. The Greening the Hills coming up, Moreland Hills coming up, and that is basically the quick Quick highlights of Green Commission.
Thank you, Mr. Richmond. I have seen that Ripples of Plastic. It is a very interesting. Focuses on how plastic gets into our water systems and into Lake Erie. And it can be quite damaging. It is quite damaging to wildlife. So it is an interesting.
What time is that again?
I think it's
5:30. I had 5:30, but now I can confirm that time. And yeah, the high school art firm.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Rich, and I guess we can move on then. We don't have any bonds, contracts, or plats this evening, so I'll move to ordinances. That's. The first one is a resolution authorizing the mayor and or his designee to enter into an extension agreement with Julian Grube with the approval of the state of Ohio Office of the Auditor for audit services for the 5 fiscal years ending December or from December 31st, 2025 through December 31st, 2029 and declaring an emergency. And that will be presented by Mr. Yonke.
Thank you, Mayor Spencer. As you'll recall, Prashant discussed this in the committee of the whole. We've used Julian Group for quite a while for our state required audits. And we will be, or if this passes, we will extend our contract with them for 5 more fiscal years.
Yeah, I can say I've worked with them being the mayor. They come in, they're efficient, they get it done. They go up and they go and they deliver a good report. So I'm very pleased with the audit results.
Anything to add, Prashant?
Just that, the rate they had quoted seems to be the last audit they did. They actually, I looked at the hours they spent and the hourly rate they were working at. And obviously they didn't make any money on the audit. So I asked them when they gave us the 5-year quote, the renewed quote, I compared it with what other communities are currently paying. And even after they increased their rates, hourly rate for the audit, for the next 5 years, we're still below market. The surrounding communities are paying approximately $80 to $85 an hour for their audits, while we're actually going to be paying $65 to $70 an hour. So still very efficient. And as the mayor mentioned, most of the work is done remotely. They come on site for maybe 2 or 3 days. Very little disruption for our staff, and they're very efficient with the report as well. So I would encourage approving that contract.
Thank you, Prashant.
You're welcome.
With that, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
We have a motion to suspend the rules, seconded by Mr. Fish. Who beat Rick?
Yeah.
Sherry?
Never gonna.
Mr. Fish.
Yes.
Mrs. Irish-Glass.
Yes.
Mr. Yaki.
Yes.
Mr. Richmond.
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes.
Done talking.
Thank you.
And if there are no questions, I'd like to make a motion for passage.
Okay.
Second.
Motion is passed, seconded by Mr. Richmond.
Yeah.
Sherry?
I don't think I'm ever gonna make one now because the speed of sound, it doesn't travel fast enough or something.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Irish-Glass.
Yeah.
Mr. Yaki.
Yes.
Mr. Richmond.
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes.
There is a delay, isn't there? Okay, next up is ordinance 2025-29, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a member community infrastructure grant program agreement with the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District for the Jackson Valley Pump Station Service Area I&I Removal Phase 1 project and declaring an emergency, and that has to go be presented by Mr. Vincent.
Yeah, well, it can now. This is basically, for those in the know, MCIP program, American Community Infrastructure Program, very successful program by the sewer district to help communities improve water quality overall for everybody. This is what I was alluding to in the facilities report out, which is we're receiving a grant for $122,438.63. And that will help us pay for the testing, which Jeff, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is going to be the smoke testing and dye testing of the sewers that are in the target areas that the recent flow monitoring kind of led us to. So this is where they inject smoke in the pipes and they see where the smoke comes out and to kind of test to make sure the connections are where they think they are and things like that. And then they'll target back to the houses that need dye in them if we do have to go to that level of detail to target the actual properties where the I&I, the infiltration is getting into the sewers, and that's another method to test for that. So, so this money will help pay for that. And the other good news is the district requires a match. So the communities have to provide 25% of the funds. So, but our Jeff was looking into and confirming whether our flow monitoring program that we already paid for would satisfy that 25% match. So that means that, we will get all of this money. Anything I missed there, Jeff?
No, you covered it pretty well. Thank you, Rick.
Okay. So with that, I will make a motion to suspend the rules.
We have a motion to suspend the rules, seconded by Mr. Fish. Sherry?
Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Yaki?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes. And any questions? Okay, I'll make a motion for passage.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion for passage, seconded by Mr. Young.
Yeah.
Mrs. Irish Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Yaki?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes. And one more thing, it's not to do with this ordinance, but Jeff is seeking MCIP funding for the construction of what these improvements would need to be next year. So we're going to try to get more money to actually implement what we need to do to prevent I&I. That's just another little, and that's something that I don't know how much that's going to cost, but hopefully they give us a 75% match on that one as well.
That's great. That'll take some pressure off of our pump stations, so that's a good thing. Thank you, Mr. Vincent. Next up is ordinance 2025-30. An ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute and deliver subdivision participation and release forms to participate in nationwide settlement agreements with opioid manufacturers. Alvogen, Amneal, Apotex, Hikma, Indivior, Mylan, Sun, and Zydus to resolve opioid litigation and declaring an emergency. It's quite a number of manufacturers, aren't they? And this thing goes on and on, doesn't it? That is going to be presented by Mr. Richmond.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. So the Mayor mentioned, as the title says, this ordinance authorizes the mayor to sign everything necessary for us to receive funds from another opioid settlement, this time with the manufacturers listed. Like the others that we participated in, there's no cost to the village, there's only an upside. And also the more that subdivisions participate, the greater the maximum amount of the settlement will eventually be. In this case, that would be $720 million. Settlement also gives some injunctive relief requiring the manufacturers to implement safeguards to prevent prescription opioids from getting into the wrong hands. So with that being said, I present a motion to suspend the rules.
Second?
Anyway, motion to suspend the rules, seconded by Mr. Yonke. Sherry?
Okay, Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Yaki?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Motion for passage.
Second?
Yes.
Unless you got one there, right?
Mr. Yonke,
Yes.
please call the roll, Sherry.
Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Yaki?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Richmond and council for that. Next is pretty much a monthly item, ordinance 2025-31, an ordinance providing additional appropriations, transferring items already appropriated and declaring an emergency. Mr. Fish, please.
So just real quick, there are three expenses. I have one question for Prashant. The 1,500 is for a replacement computer for the mayor's office. 5,000 is going towards, I assume it's Head for the Hills, called it a 5K race here. Banners and signs and rental of a Kubota to spread gravel. And the 15,000 is for the new PCs for the police department that are being paid for by the drug task force funds that we received. So my one question, Prashant, is because the first one is computers and the third one is computers, should it be listed as a capital expense, or is there a reason it's other? I mean, is it capital as opposed to other expense?
So depending on the value of the item actually, and the longevity, anything under $1,000, we try not to capitalize. So I think there were 15, I believe 15.
There are actually more than one for the mayor. If you divide 15,000 by 9, it's like 16,066. That's what I'm asking.
Let me double check the account number. I don't have it in front of me, sorry, but typically, computers are not capitalized if they're under $1,000, because, again, they become obsolete, and anything over 5 years of life and over $1,000 is our benchmark for capitalizing. So I'll double check that.
It also may be that like the computer itself is less, but you have to get a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse, and when you add that up, it's higher, but the components are less, because that's what happened with mine.
Okay.
You should have seen mine. I was in my office for 20-25 minutes and it didn't come on. I mean, I let it get so bad and I finally said, I'm done. I need a new one.
Okay. Well, that's just a pencil thing, so that's not an issue. But with that, then I would make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second. We have a motion to suspend the rules, second by Mr. Yonke. Sharon?
Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Yankee?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Any question? That's mine.
Not so much a question. So the Head for the Hills, so dollars being moved. We're getting banners, like the large road banners. I believe maybe just one. I think it's just one.
Just one.
But it's gonna go down on River Road where like that by the falls sign was.
Yeah.
So it was
It is
two, and are we gonna do one out here?
He's got it's just getting banners and signs.
Apologize, it's two.
Yeah, so we're gonna have, you'll see them. It's something, we've always wanted, because and obviously, we're talking about messaging, about recycling and other things. Getting the word out to residents is difficult. This we're trying to expand and get as many participants from other municipalities, but we figured we would make a large expenditure for the signs just to really help them.
Are we making sure the signs don't have a date on them? So
Yes, no date, so we don't have, yes, we've talked about signs today, so. Almost as much as pools and.
Yes.
And other things, so. Yes, pickleball court, so, I'm looking forward to seeing
All right, so we already did suspend the rules, so or not?
We wanted that.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think this is more for Prashant, but the upcoming ordinance that I'm about to introduce has a large amount for the recycling truck. Do we need to do any sort of transfer for that?
It's a new appropriation. Can ask Kenna.
Yes, great question. When we actually, once you approve the contract, when we actually go for the truck and sign a requisition, at that point, we'll come back and ask for additional appropriations.
It makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No questions? All right, then I would make a motion to approve ordinance 2025-31.
Second.
All right. That's it. All right, so sorry.
we got you all.
Mr. Fish? Mrs. Irish Glass?
Yes.
Mr. Yankee?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Council and Mr. Fish. Up next is 2025-32, an ordinance Authorizing the mayor to execute the purchase agreement with Best Equipment for a recycle/rubbish truck through the Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Program and declaring an emergency. Mrs. Hourglass?
Thank you, Mayor.
Mhm.
Because Sourcewell is a cooperative purchasing program, which has completed the competitive bidding requirements. It says the council is waiving its requirements for competitive bidding, which is a bit confusing. But the council desires to authorize the procurement of 2025 out-of-car model ACX Expeditor with a 33-yard atomizer with a helping hand. The purchase is at $468,500. With that, I will make a motion to suspend rules.
Second.
Motion to suspend the rules, second by Mr. Yonke. Sherry?
Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish-West?
Yes.
Mr. Yonke?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Any questions?
So the dollar amount though, that'll be less what we get from insurance, correct?
Right.
So the truck's 468. Right now, the insurance company's offered us 243, which Prashant are trying to get more.
Based off
Yeah,
the
so,
erroneous mileage on the truck.
yeah, so we'll pay up front, and then Prashant and I
Okay.
talked, so the 243 coming back.
Or whatever, it'll go back.
240.
Okay.
And Ted or Jeanette, this truck will also be estimated to have the 15+ year life as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Make a motion for passage.
Second.
I think it was seconded by Mr. Fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish-West? Yes. Mr. Yonke?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Hourglass and council for that. Lastly, tonight we have a resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county fiscal officer. And that will be discussed by Mr. Fish or presented by Mr. Fish.
All right, so I'm just gonna read what Prashant wrote to me. Tax rate resolution, this is the annual resolution adopted by council to set the property tax rates for 2025, the revenues of which will be derived in 2026. This is the important part. The tax rates are exactly the same as all the previous years. So basically nothing changing, it's just right. So resolution, so I don't have to do a suspend the rules thing, right? Just do a motion. Are there any questions then before? Otherwise, I would make a motion to pass resolution 2025-33.
Second.
What's that?
Did we do that on the first resolution? This is kind of rules.
I don't think we require suspend the rules on a resolution.
I don't think it is
Okay.
required, but it's not harmful if it
We
was.
just did it on that. Just making sure. Okay. So, who seconded it?
Jeanette.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay, Sherry?
Okay. Mr. Fish?
Yes.
Mrs. Irish-West?
Yes.
Mr. Yonke?
Yes.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Vincent?
Yes.
Okay, that concludes legislation for this evening. Next up is miscellaneous business. I'll just start by, I forgot in my first report to say I did meet our student civic leadership new member in person at the end of the Green Commission. That was earlier this week. Yes, Monday. No, wait, last week. When was that, Steve? At the last meeting, Matt Spanable. And it was a nice pleasure to meet him. And I am really happy about this program. I think it's a great program. It's good education for students in our village. And it's also good for us to hear what they have to say. So it's a pleasure having them. I'd like to just let council know that. That's all I have. Does any other member of council have any miscellaneous business?
Just one real quick one,
Mr.
Mayor.
Richard.
First, Mr. Dean, thank you for coming and spreading goodwill and an olive branch from Representative Brown's office. And while you're here, And since you mentioned that, I was going to just mention that I talked to a number of residents and myself personally would be very happy if there was any talk whatsoever in extending the solar panel tax credit that is due to be expiring December 31st. I know obviously to help reduce dependence on foreign oil and help reduce our carbon emissions are two obviously extremely important goals that I think are important here in Moreland Hills and across the country. And wanted to let you know and let Representative Brown know.
Appreciate that, and I'll take it back to the Congresswoman.
Thank you.
Anybody else on council?
I just have a quick question, speaking of solar panels, maybe at the next council of the whole or meeting, we could have an update what they're doing.
Yes, I've actually asked Yellow Light to provide a make good on the return on investment that they did during the proposal, and they were going to do that. I've not seen it yet, but I can follow up with them and see, but they should be working on something, and I was anticipating on bringing it back to council for that, so thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, we should have had a good summer.
Yeah. Okay, any other person in the audience? I see the chief has something.
On a sad note, we received word last week from the family of Alan Kleinman that lived on Easton. He had passed away. He was over 100 years old, and I know under Mayor Fritz, he was honored his 100th birthday, and he also served in Patton's Army. So we received that the word that he had passed. So I just want to make sure you guys were aware of that.
Yes, thank you, chief. Anybody else? Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn from somebody. Move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn by Mr. Fish, seconded by Mr. Rich and Sherry.
Mr. Fish.
Yes.
Cyrus Glass.
Yes.
Mr. Yanchi.
Yes.
Mr. Richmond.
Yes.
Mr. Vincent.
Yes.
All right, thank you, everybody. Good to see you on the screen there, Rick.
Have a good night, everybody.
That's it.
Gary, I left it on my desk. I forgot to bring my books.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to, so yeah, like, oh, yeah.
I'm driving by.
Yeah, it was supposed to.
We definitely have it.
I should write these back. Oh, whatever.
So I'm responsible for everything that's, 271.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow, water sections of Cleveland.
Okay.
I was in Chicago on Sunday. Yeah. Yes, yeah. It's kind of briefly there tomorrow. No, she was anticipating. I asked him to sign it. Yeah, well, I used to do that Sunday. We have a share Sunday. And we're